the Commission, because the Constitution is supreme. There was a time Parliament was supreme. There was plenty of talk of supremacy of Parliament in England as well as in the Gambia, when we didn't even have a constitution, because we we acted in accordance with the colonial power. But now, since the Constitution of the Gambia is supreme, Parliament cannot do anything that is against the Constitution, because it's null and void, and to no effect.
That is understood, Mr.
That is why I am saying the mandate is very different from the TOR. TOR is part of the mandate, and also the Act of Parliament is there since 1903. It is part, anything there is part of the mandate, because it has not been cancelled, unless what is in that Act contradicts the Constitution. Because I have already explained that this Constitution is supreme, the supreme law of the land.
Thank you,
my
Mr.
on this.
For the purpose of illustration,
Yeah.
could you guide us as to what you refer to as the mandate of the Commission in the Constitution, and vis-a-vis the TOR of the Commission?
Yeah.
Do you need a copy of the Constitution? Did you, are you accompanied by?
Well, I brought it. I think I brought it. Look at it. Please, hang on. Yes. Yeah, it's, get it. Oh, here, two. Right. Right. Now, yes, I've got the book. I mean, what's the question?
The question is to guide the committee as to the mandate of the Commission vis-a-vis the TOR of the Commission. Your position, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the Commission would find its mandate in section 2021 and would find its TOR in clause 2 of the legal notice.
Yeah.
Kindly put us through.
And never forget the Act itself.
The Act as well.
Wherever it does not contradict the Constitution, it is existent. All right, but now we deal with the Constitution. It starts with section 200, okay, where it simply says the President may, whenever he or she deems it advisable, issue a commission appointing one or more commissioners and authorizing such commissioners to inquire into the conduct of any public officer, the conduct of any district sefolu, the conduct or management of any department or authority of the public service or any local authority or public enterprise, any matter whatever arising in the Gambia in which an inquiry would, in the opinion of the President, be for the public good.
So, Janet, I believe that is fine. You need not exhaust the whole provision.
Yeah.
From the provisions, the dictates of Section 200, as you have read,
Yeah.
to my mind, Mr. Jammeh, would be a general provision as to the issuance of a commission or the establishment of a commission.
I prefer the word issuance, because that is what is in the Constitution.
Indeed.
And I seem to see a difference between issuance and establishment. Now, I'm just
That is perfectly
my
fine.
own point of view.
Indeed.
Yes, all right. So what is the
The
question?
question is, to my mind,
Yeah.
Section 200 seems to detail out the general powers of the president as to issuance of commissions of inquiry in general.
Yeah, I agree.
Perhaps if I may direct you to Section 202.
202, yes. Functions and
provides-
powers.
Indeed, which provides for the functions and powers of commission.
Yeah.
Would you mind reading out Section 202.1,
2021.
1A and B?
A commission of inquiry shall make a full and impartial investigation into the matter in respect of which the commission is established. B. Furnish in writing a report on the results of the inquiry, including a statement of the reasons leading to the conclusions of the commission. Yes.
Again, to my mind, Mr. Jammeh, this Section 202 spells out the general functions of what a commission of inquiry ought to be set up to do in general terms.
Yes.
I would also like to refer you to the Commissions of Inquiry Act, as you had previously referenced.
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the Act handy?
No, unfortunately, that was not done.
We will provide a copy for.
Very well.
However, in the meantime, I would like to put a proposition to you that pursuant to Section 200, accompanied by Section 202.1, accompanied by the provisions of the Commissions of Inquiry Act, specifically Section 2, subsection 2, which you have the benefit of reading to the committee. The body of laws facilitates for the president to issue a commission and specify its mandate. And that mandate can only be found in the legal notice establishing the commission. Would you agree with that?
As I said, everything in the Constitution,
Speak to the mic, Mr. Jammeh.
everything in the Constitution prevails, even against what the President of the Republic believes or thinks or writes, including the TOR. Anything, everything that exists,
So,
the Constitution prevails.
Mr. Jammeh, I
Nothing is
unequivocally agree with you
yes,
to the issue of hierarchy. When it comes to hierarchy, I agree with you unequivocally that it is first the Constitution, and then consideration would be given to the Act, and then consideration would be given to the legal notice. My question, however, is where any particular commission, to be particular, this particular commission that was given the informal name, the JANNEH Commission. Where would the JANNEH Commission get its mandate from, its core mandate from?
Well, there is nothing like core mandate. There's nothing like it. That I disagree with. If indeed you believe that there is a core mandate, then the only thing that would be core would be something that would be derived from the Constitution. I am saying that these instruments go together. You have the Constitution. It sets a lot of things, you know. It's not only 2002. You have 2000 and this just to give you an example. Yeah.
Perhaps if I could assist the direction of
No, sorry. If you allow me, I'll finish.
As you please.
Yeah. I say, for instance, the Constitution says a commissioner appointed.
What section are you referring to?
Section 3. So, sorry, section 202, subsection 3.
Very well.
A commissioner appointed under section 200 shall not be liable to any action or suit in respect of any matter or thing bona fide done or omitted to be done in the performance of his or her functions as a commissioner. You know, that is quite important.
I agree.
All right.
However,
I'll give you. Please, sorry.
That's fine. I appreciate.
I would be very happy if you allow me to finish.
I appreciate the context. However, I am trying to solicit certain specific facts to guide the committee to our destination.
Fact.
We do agree.
Yeah, but then you have been dwelling on law, as far as I know.
Indeed.
That's why I'm going to the law.
However,
I wouldn't usually go to the law.
as you please. Please guide us through the law.
I'm not here to give any lecture or anything. Although I don't know. Frankly, I don't recognize you. I mean, what's your name, please?
Mr. Jammeh, with all due respect.
Well, they've been presenting their names. Why shouldn't you present yours?
Fair enough. I will give you my name. I'll give you my name and the name of my.
I don't recognize you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I am fully recognized here as somebody who is the doyen of the bar.
Indeed, I do recognize you as the doyen.
Yes. So, if you are a Gambian, you must give me respect with regard
That
to
is-
that. The law.
Indeed.
Okay. So I am.
Jammeh, just
if we are talking about the law
since you asked the
and the
question,
comparison,
Mr. Jammeh, if I may,
comparison concerning mandate,
if I may,
I have to read it. If you allow me, of course. Sorry, Mr. Chair, if you allow me.
if I may, Mr. Jammeh,
Because
I
I'm
would like.
running the show here. I want to.
Yes,
I want to look at the
witness. The witness has posed the question to me. I would like to answer that question for the witness.
Yeah.
If the chair would allow me. You posed the question to me, Mr. Jammeh, and even though I am not the witness for today, I would afford you the courtesy because you are the doyen of the bar. My names are Lamin M. Biba,
Okay.
and I am lead counsel to the Special Select Committee.
Okay. I'm very pleased to.
To meet your acquaintance. The pleasure is mine.
Yeah.
I would like to communicate that the Special Select Committee has a specific mandate, and with all due respect, I do understand that you are an individual with a specific prowess, especially in the navigation of law. However, we would like to clear our doubts as a committee as to certain issues. And one of those issues is, perhaps I can put my question as simple as possible. When the JANNEH Commission wants to find its functions, what it was tasked to do by the President pursuant to Section 200, where does the JANNEH Commission refer to?
It refers to the TOR, the Commissions of Inquiry Act 1903, as well as the Act of Parliament.
I have my answer, but you could go on what you wanted to guide the committee on earlier, as you please.
Yes, I will go. In fact, this is part of what might elaborate on your question, on your last question. You see, for instance, if you look at 2, I'm just giving you a few instances.
That is section 2 of the Commissioners of Inquiry Act. Subsection 2 of subsection 2.
Section 202. All right. Sorry. It's a subject of 204. Sorry.
Okay.
204.
Of the Constitution.
Of the Constitution. A person against whom any such adverse finding has been made may appeal against such finding to the Court of Appeal as of right, as if the findings were a judgment of the High Court. Now, I've read that to make it known by the honorable members that throughout where this Constitution has not been specific, we have been following as closely as possible the High Court of the Gambia. And the justification is that in so many parts here, the Constitution has referred to the High Court. And I will give you the instances. And this is one of them. You have to look at, the appellant has to look at our judgment or at our findings, our rulings or whatever. As if, and I repeat, as if, I'm reading from the Constitution, as if the finding were a judgment of the High Court, and on the hearing of the appeal, the report shall be treated as if it were such a judgment. That's only one. Now you'll see that the High Court features again at section 205. A witness before a commission of inquiry shall be entitled to the same immunities and privileges as if he or she were a witness in proceedings before the High Court. And that's not all. Yeah. Here, this one is particularly interesting for the honorable members. Maybe the honorable members will do something about it.
Proceed.
And I believe it's also in the Commission of Inquiries Act of 1903. For so many years, there was neglect of this provision. It states, an act of the National Assembly may make further provisions for the purposes of this chapter, that the chapter deals with commissions of inquiry, and subject to any such act which has not been passed for so many years, over 100 years. The power conferred by any law to make rules of court, you see, here again, we are dealing with rules of, we are dealing with the High Court and other courts, in fact. For the superior courts shall be deemed to include power to make rules regulating the procedure and practice of all commissions of inquiry. That's why I say it is very important. No such rules occur. So one has to be guided as much as possible by the rules of the High Court. Not that I'm saying that they govern the commission, but that's the only practical way to deal with this problem.
Thank you, Mr. Janeh. The committee will not be looking at the proceedings proper of the commission, at least not today. The committee is interested in today is in preliminary activities, the set of the commission. However, I would like to take you back to section 202, 1, 2A and B. As you had earlier mentioned.
Yes, a commission of... that's the one I just read.
Yes, you read it, so yes. No need to read it again.
Yeah.
You had earlier mentioned that that is where the mandate of the commission can be found. And to deduce from the provisions of section 2021, to my mind, please feel free to confirm.
Sorry?
To my mind.
To your mind, yes.
Feel free to confirm.
Yes.
Or deny.
Yes.
There are two important elements of section 2021. The first being that a commission of inquiry shall make a full and impartial investigation, and then the second, to my mind once more, shall be that the commission shall furnish in writing a report. This is, of course, to the President. Two very important elements.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, very. I agree. And I would add that, in fact, the Commission of Inquiry does not have to present only one report. Although the JANNEH Commission, I say the JANNEH Commission because it's there, right behind you.
I'm behind you.
And
too.
it's for convenience. Oh, I'm behind you too. Okay, so I'm free to use the JANNEH Commission.
As you will.
Okay. Now the JANNEH, with the JANNEH Commission, you know, as I've explained to you, you don't have an act like the TRRC Act. You don't. There is a TRRC Act, and in fact, I brought it with me.
Mr. Jammeh, I am very interested in that. However, if you would indulge me and put a hold on that until later in today's testimony, I am indeed very interested in that, and the committee is, and I will allow you the latitude to explain that in detail, especially with regards to the inner workings of the commission because of its setup. Because it was set up by a legal notice, it had budgetary consequences. But before that, if you may permit me, can we go back to...
No, I want to understand, you mentioned budgetary.
Indeed, I did mention budgetary implications.
Yes.
However, I did also say that the committee would be interested in getting some facts, especially as to the way the commission was set up as a identity of the commission. However, that would be for later. For now, before we get there, to MOJ 5A, which should be on your right somewhere. That is the order from the High Court.
Yes, MOJ 5A, yeah, I get it.
When perused, when gone through, when looked at,
yeah.
MOJ 5A is a court order laying custody of several assets to several individuals. Yeah. And I would detail out that an institution as the Gambia Livestock Management Agency, agency, was given the responsibility of managing, or rather of having custody of all domestic animals, if I may put it that way, all livestock. Further, an institution like the ministry or the department responsible for parks and wildlife was entrusted with custody of the wild animals.
Yeah.
At the Registrar General, all the lands and I believe shares, and so forth and so on. Of course, we had an official receiver appointed by this order. What the committee wants to understand is, what was your relationship, rather, if I can backtrack, what was the commission's relationship with these institutions?
First, you mentioned livestock. I think.
Say that again?
You mentioned livestock.
Yes, livestock.
What was the well, I'm taking them one by one. Okay, livestock.
Indeed.
Which other?
So first, the livestock was bestowed upon the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency.
Yes.
What was the commission's relationship with the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency in its first few days of establishment, or months of establishment?
Livestock? Honestly, I cannot remember any relationship.
What I'm getting at,
unless you...
Perhaps if I can give you the benefit of context.
Sorry, yes?
If I can give you the benefit of context.
Yes.
The order, which is MOJ 5A,
Yeah.
is an order sought by the government
Yeah.
to preserve the assets that the commission would be dealing with,
Yeah.
in basic terms. And in preserving those assets, the court bestowed upon those assets to individual institutions and persons. The first, if you could permit me to change the battery on my mic, I'm being urged to do so.
Oh. Right.
Bestowed upon custody of the...
Okay.
Upon the establishment...
By the court order.
By the court order.
Yes.
That is to preserve it pending the establishment of the commission.
Yeah. Is that here? Pending?
It doesn't say that in the order. I am...
Okay. Well,
you can either confirm or deny.
no, I just want to know whether that is in the order.
The order
Pending
is...
the creation of the commission.
The order lasts for 180 days. I am inferring, I'm making inference from the order that perhaps the order was made. You need not comment on the inference, but what the committee would like to know is, upon resuming office as commissioners, what was the commission's relationship with these institutions that are earlier highlighted?
Well, I've said that as far as I know, we had no specific relation. No. That's the answer. As far as I know, we didn't have any special relationship with...
There was no special...
with livestock or the other institutions you are talking of.
At any point, did the commission come into contact with any of these institutions that I have mentioned?
Oh, I mean, in the course of the commission, we dealt with so many institutions. So
specifically to
it's
these...
not possible for me to remember.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
Fair enough. We can move on.
Like, we even made a suggestion relating to some of these institutions for them to do. That was part of our job, I think. although not mentioned in the white book.
Indeed, we will get to the white book and reports eventually, perhaps on a different day.
Okay.
However, perhaps you could guide the committee. But before we do that, Honorable Chair, perhaps with the benefit of advice from the witness, would you want to take a break at this moment? If not, I could proceed.
Yes. Mr. Jammeh?
Yes, I don't mind.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I was here on time. In fact, before time. I hope you realize that.
Yeah, we know. We are
Thank you
aware.
very much. Yeah. I wasn't late at all.
You were not late at all. We are aware that you were here earlier.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
That's fine. So we can take a break of 15 minutes?
10 minutes should
10
do.
minutes?
10 minutes is all right.
10 minutes. Okay, that's fine.
Thank you,
Adjourned for 10
Honorable Chair.
minutes.
Yeah.
So this is
Who are investigating, who are general under the lead counsel, who was appointed by the Attorney General.
this testimony them.
Well, that I will know that, but I believe that a lot of them were from the idea of because somewhere it is stated that the idea of police would provide us with necessity. Whether I find it. There is definitely something about
Honorable Chair, this is what I would guide. We find that in the act, not in the
it is very hard.
It's okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Honorable Chair. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jammeh, for coming. My question would lead me to the appointment of staff at the Commission, more especially around individuals who seems to be conflicted, taking reference from Augustus versus social security. What was the position of the Commission as per advising the executive through the Ministry of Justice on certain appointments that the members of the Commission might think there are individuals who are conflicted?
Well, that one is clear. You see, if you have a big commission, or even really a small commission, and the lead counsel is in private practice. I know this because I've been in private practice for about You see, you are bound to get into a situation where you are conflicted. So your duty at once is to recuse yourself, get out of it. This is the best practice everywhere. You just get out. I am not doing it because I'll be conflicted. And that was exactly what happened in this case. Yeah. We did not ask lead counsel to recuse herself. She did it from the word go. And the client had to have a substitute lawyer. This is definitely, but especially in a small country like the Gambia, if you are a prominent lawyer, you are bound to come against conflict, and it is for you to get out of it.
Can I come with a follow-up question?
Yes.
Maybe that could help you to better explain again.
Yes.
Now, in this situation where lead counsel was one time the legal practitioner for the ex-president or for the former president, don't you think from the word go, when he was appointed as the lead counsel to the commission, he was conflicted?
You wasn't?
Is it that he was not conflicted from the word go, knowing our past history in terms of our legal representation?
Well, first of all, I have to tell you that I didn't know that she was the legal counsel for the president. But my answer is exactly the same as before. If you are a prominent lawyer having many cases, you have got that experience for a long time, and you know you are in conflict or you will be in conflict, you recuse yourself. Not generally, but for specific purposes. Because if it is general, then nothing will work. Nothing will work. Nothing. Because you go with a commission, 1 month, there is a conflict, so you get out. You take another one. There is another conflict. I mean, it's impossible. What you do is, for that point, you forget about it. But for others, you continue. This is my experience.
Mr. Janneh,
Yeah.
for me, my point here is
Yeah.
the lead counsel
Yeah.
was serving the ex-president.
Oh, that's the start.
Yes, I will brief you with that.
Anything about it, I'll tell you.
Yes, okay, you might not know.
Yeah. Okay.
You might not know. But in a situation
Yeah.
where this is the fact, what should be the standard of the commission?
If the commission knew that, I'm putting your question in another way, from my understanding. You are asking if the commission of the inquiry knew that at the time, lead counsel was the lawyer of the president of the republic, what would we do? Nothing for the time being. But if she did everything that led us to the conclusion that she was biased towards the president of the republic, then we would advise her to quit. If for a particular point she refused or did not recuse him or herself. That is very, very simple.
No, that is the case. I think I got a fair. You have been talking about budget
Yes.
And from what you shared with us is that the commission was sorting the funds from the Ministry of Justice. Just to ask,
That was my belief. I added maybe.
okay, just allow my question to come, that will help you out. Maybe finance, but through the Ministry of Justice, because I think that was the fact before us yesterday.
Yes, that was
Exactly. So my question is, a commission without financial autonomy, do you think they can execute the duties as expected?
Well, it depends on the commission. If it was a commission for the of 3 months, definitely I would say that's not a problem because it's just 1 month. That's a short time. But where a commission of the extended to 1 year, 18 months, no, because it I mean, so many on one occasion we were all to go to Manchester, and we had to go because otherwise we would lose a lot of time, and we really needed all the time. There was no money, and I'm not boasting, but I and with the lead council joining in, everybody would, that was, I really wanted to now 1916, sorry, 2026. And the potential, there was almost war in this news. It's different from the atmosphere now. You would have.
Mr. Jana, just a final one. That will lead us to your statement that you can before us. And on section 24. That should be SP1, right? SB1A.
SB1.
Yes. SB1A. Question.
Yes, sorry. What can you read it? If I can find it.
SB1A number 24 of your statement.
Yeah, I can see the statement.
Okay, and I can read it if you don't mind.
Yes.
Share with your permission. Yeah,
S1 you have.
SB1A. Your own statement.
Yes, that's what I
That you sign.
Yes, today.
Today, yes.
Yeah, I don't want to waste time. I do have a copy. Oh, thank you. Let me read it.
Yes, 24, and I read it with the permission of the chair.
Yes.
Last page 24, it says, unfortunately, we face considerable challenges with documentation and record keeping. Over the years, many important documents were lost or destroyed due to office's relocation. My retirement and the passage of time since the Commission's dissolution, At one point, our documents could have filled a quarter of this committee room. Today, some records simply no longer available, and I acknowledge that my memory may not be sharp, may not be as sharp due to age and time. I want to ask two fundamental questions. One, if you say this committee will reach exit will be
we were not here then. This was not the committee. It was what I call the subcommittee. I think.
but that is between the National Assembly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I got that.
Later understood they were investigators, but I didn't know at the time, so I called them subcommittee.
Now, what will you tell this select committee on the lost documents?
How I don't quite understand. I mean, on the lost document,
Yes, because
I do not see the lost document, but somebody else involved might have seen the lost document. And when I see them, I'll speak to them. But you just consider, I mean, in fact, really, at times, I don't know what to say. I am 82 years, 6 months. That's how I work furiously for this government and for the people of the Ghana, whether they know it or not. But I have volunteered on so many things, including acting as election observer in places like Namibia and Malaysia. And it was after Namibia that they asked me to go for Malaysia again, the Commonwealth, and other things to do.
okay.
So, when I retired 2.5 years ago, I was the happiest person on earth. And now I'm here having to go back, doing a lot of reading on legal matters instead of William Shakespeare and other matters that will help. And I know it's my duty, of course, and I'm doing it now to come to the community. But of course, it's a matter of disappointment as far as I am concerned. Then, before that, I was at 50 Hagan Street with my team, and some of the people here may know that. For 40-something years, it was then that after my building was completed in Tajara, in my own compound, that the whole place had to be, it was never finished. Even at the time I was in the commission, we were transferring documents from Hagan Street to 112 Kairaba. That's a problem. I'm just trying to tell you the problem. Why? I mean, of course, some documents were destroyed even before that. I don't know who provided it. Maybe Ministry of Finance or maybe Ministry of Justice. We were given a shredder, a big one, and we shredded a lot of documents there so that it wouldn't fall into bad hands. But what made us forget about the document was more than anything else. It was the fact that the secretaries, our secretary's office was the depository of all documents. And when we finished, remember, the first secretary was not there. The second secretary was there, and they were to take it to some place, archives or what, because none of us had archives.
Okay.
So you can see the reason why after how many years now? 6, 7, about 7 years.
Well, Mr. Jammeh, I was really going
Yeah.
to appreciate a specific answer in terms of the impact that those lost documents are on the commission?
Yes. Well, I don't know. It's for you to decide. But I don't think everything is lost, because I began to explain that the Americans unnecessarily to digitalize a lot of our documents. We were given some copies as well. But I think with the help of the Minister